greetings. This is Lisa Marie. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. Happy Sunday. Happy 111 manifestation number. But we're going to talk about all of that too, maybe from another vantage point, okay? Yeah, I think I'm away. So, anyway, I didn't know if I was going to do my hair wrap today or no hair wrap today, like this, but I'm kind of feeling this head wrap. And maybe I'm just feeling it just like this. So maybe we'll just roll with it like this. But happy Sunday. I hope you are perfect, whole, and complete. I hope your month to Sunday is turning out to be absolutely beautiful. And yeah, let's get it going. So 111. I used to remember the first time I saw 111 or understood it or had it explained to me was in a book by Dr. Doreen Virtue, and the book is called, I really want to say Angel Numbers, but I don't think it was called, I think it was called Healing with the Angels. And inside it, and then maybe in the back of the book, had all of these sequence of numbers like 111, 222, 333, yeah. And then like spiritual meanings, or as far as the angel spiritual meanings of those numbers. And I always remember 111, the way she used to say that. She used to say, so when you saw 111 on a timer, a clock, license plates, she said it this way: the universe has taken a snapshot of your thoughts. If you like the thought that the snapshot was taken of, then keep it. If not, change it, and change it now. Because it means that, yeah, so and some people will just say it's a manifestation number. And the reason why I like the idea of the universe taking a snapshot, it makes you think like, that's a snapshot, it's a picture's forever. Like, do I want the universe to capture that thought? And then it's forever there. Or do I want to be able to take that thought? So I like that, according to Dr. Doreen Virtue, I like that you could have a thought that may not be the highest of thoughts, right? And then you could take it back quickly. I think actually Esther Hicks, who channels a guy called Abraham, I like that she says, like, suck it back. If you put the thought out there, or the words, thoughts, or deeds, take it back before it gets too far out into the universe, right? So I want just to make sure that I say that. It's not just you having a thought and the universe took a snapshot picture of it. That part is true. But the part that's equally true is if you don't like the thought, change it. If you said the words that was negative, rearrange it. Take it back and change the words. Affirm something different. I love that. I absolutely love that. I gotta start wearing my bendies again too. I absolutely love that. And so I know today there's a lot of things, but let me just say, but at the same time, we're not perfect. We're not perfect. Like, I just feel like this idea, let's say, of the New Year's resolution, the New Year. Everybody's like, it's the New Year, we leave all of that behind. It's the New Year, we leave all that behind. But some of it is meant to come forward. Some of it is meant to come forward. Some of it is not even meant or not meant to come forward. Some of it has to come forward because some of it hasn't been resolved. I think in the spiritual world, because we like to go with 1111 portal, 444 portal, 888, portal, we feel like if we use these things, then we're going to have a better life. If we practice them on those days and only on those days, we're going to have a better life. Do you know, I believe it's better to be conscious of who you are, conscious of what you say, conscious of what you do every single day of the week, meaning at least an effort, than thinking that there's this one magical day, and every other day you've been feeling like ish. Every other day you've been thinking bad thoughts about yourself, which is really the worst ones of all. Not so much the ones that you do to other people, because the way you feel about others, you feel about yourself. So that's why it always goes back to yourself. But I think it's just like, it's not, I don't want to like, it's not like I don't want to like bust your bubble and make you think like, oh my God, this day is not special. Every day is special. I feel like energetically, we are the ones creating the energy. We are the ones creating the vibrations by the way that we feel, by the way that we think, by the way that we speak. It is us that is doing that. So we could tomorrow 112 could be just as important than 111. And we gotta just kind of remember that. At the same time, on the other side, because there's many sides really. Don't feel bad that on 111 you can't control your thoughts. Like, just don't, because you're not trying to stop anything. You're not trying to really prevent. You're trying to be better, and better takes an effort. And in Ghana they say a term called small, small, kakra, kakra, meaning a little at a time, small, small, gradually. You want to do things gradually. If today is 111 and you're feeling sad, or you're feeling heartbroken, or you're feeling depressed even, you're not going to hell because you didn't get your thoughts together, your words, your deeds, or your feelings together on this 111 day. Don't force it. It won't be real. And the universe values authenticity. The universe values authenticity. The universe responds, another way of saying it, to authenticity. I know some wicked people that use portals and gateways and all this stuff, and they wicked as hell. So it doesn't mean that much, because everybody has access to these same so-called highly vibratory days, when that I would never want to think that there's highly vibratory days, which means are there lowly vibratory days? And I know maybe astrologically there might even be, but don't go too far into it. You trump all of that. Any moment, whether it's nighttime in Alaska, or it's I don't know, noontime in Egypt. Like, if you decide to have a high vibrational frequency day, then it will be, you'll get all the benefits of if you had it on 111. But the other side, and I keep going back to the other side, if you're having, people are so afraid of sadness. People are afraid of sadness. I look at sadness as, if you could look at it this way, and maybe it'll help somebody. I look at sadness as almost like a form of meditation. It is the universe quieting you down so much that you could actually hear your thoughts. And that's what makes you sad. It's a feeling, but we don't have to necessarily even name the feeling sad. We could just know that a feeling is a feeling that means that we're going deeper within ourselves. I think we're labeling feelings maybe inappropriately or inaccurately. Because sometimes in those sad feelings, you learn a lot about yourself. Sometimes in those, what you perceive as sad, you learn about who you are. And I want to really expound on that. You might be a very sensitive being, but maybe because of your past and because of your upbringing, you were told to be very, very tough all the time. So, and because of that training, maybe in your younger days, you could love them or leave them, or you could walk away from things that you really liked, or even projects that you started, or businesses that you had, or you were a person that kind of, even someone might even think you kind of cold or cold-blooded, right? Hard to get next to, right? Or into, right? And then you realize an event happens, and you realize how soft you were, how much that bothered or hurt you, how hard it was to let go, how hard it was to release. It could be anything. Release the job, release the feelings of your family have towards you, release. And you'd be like, yo, I'm good. And then you'll come to somebody like me and be like, I don't know why I can't get over this, but I've never had this. I got all these other things. It's not necessarily that is the current experience is more, is deeper or harder or worse. It's more that this is just that time. So you have your own spiritual time. You have your own spiritual clock. No one, for one person, will be that thing that leads them to an awakening. It's different from another person that would have a situation that will lead them to awakening. It's just your time. This happens to be that thing, or this happens to be that incident that brought you into that awakening. Because eventually you will awaken. I don't know, like, I just feel like, and I'm sitting with everything, right? I feel like there's a part of me that goes, I need to be somewhere where I can go deep again. I feel like there's a deep calling, like I feel like I'm being called to go deep again. Does that mean isolation? It doesn't have to. As a matter of fact, now let's use the one-on-one, because the one-on-one is all around. Now, energetically, it's real because everybody feels it. And I'd happen having, when I say something, especially today, I did notice that I can picture it. So when I thought about this idea of going deep, and for me, it's a spiritual depthness, right? And a spiritual calling. I didn't see myself in isolation. I saw myself actually with people. And it's funny, like my mind, I can see the people, and they're not black people in that sense. I mean, just the way, I know it's all social constructs and all that, but they are darker people. And I mean, if I had a place to say what it feels like just on a description level, but it doesn't have to be that. It feels like Egypt, as far as, and the Egypt that I think it would be, right? It's sunny. I do see pyramids in some weird way. I see people working in the ground. I see more of feels like almost a desert-like energy. But that could also be anywhere. That could be in different places in America. That could be in the digital communities around the world, right? But it's just, so it seems like, and so that's, if you want to use the portals or the openings or the gateways or the awareness, then use it to see. Use it to either see something different than what you're feeling, or see what you're feeling and see how you can use that, what you see, to heal yourself, or see what's up ahead, what's next. Because that's what I really feel like this next one, words that are coming to me for me is pilgrimage, sojourn, vision quest. I hear words like seer, search. I see myself just like this, wearing my head wrap, so very deeper work, inner but still outer. I see work outside with my hands in the earth, but more in the deserty earth, which is, interesting. So kind of like go into your own private sanctuary, which is yourself, and dig deep. I know you might not think it. I was talking to one of my dear clients, and she was working in a field that she absolutely could not stand for 27 years, and she's out of it. And we celebrated that, right? And so a lot of the things that she really kind of wants to do, she's going deep within so she can figure out what's next. And she's really figuring it out fast because it's always been there. And I know a lot of us are going, are leaving, are releasing big, major parts of who we thought, even who we were, that we're not, right? So, and you never know, it's like the thing that we didn't like or couldn't stand or thought we wouldn't survive, or is the thing that actually is going to bring us our greatest rewards. And that's what I loved about talking to my client yesterday. So I wanted you to know, because I've been having some very interesting experiences, right? Thank you for the one thumbs up. I've been having some very interesting experiences where I don't know how to say it, where people actually want to be me, like, or they want what I have, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, your haters and your admirers are actually subscribed to you. And I use the word subscribe because I'm not implying that everybody that's watching me or anybody that's watching me is on a social media platform, like, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever. I'm not implying that. But I am, if you are, then for sure. But I'm saying they're invested in you. If they could, be a part. If you had a fan club, they would be a part of it. If you had a membership site, they would join. If you have a website, they would figure out how to connect to you. Your admirers actually too, and sometimes we think our admirers are actually our friends. But a lot of times our admirers are our haters at the same time. Or they admire you so much they want something from you. Or they admire you so much they wish they were you. And they come many ways. Some come all out just showing themselves with the wicked, the words, the thoughts, the deeds. Some come telling you how great you are. They all, as my friend, Sister Rashida Kaba, my teacher, said today, they all come to engage your ego. So I can engage your ego by calling you names or telling you, or just making you thinking I'm going to attack your ego so that you can engage, so you can strike back, so you can be, engaged. Because your ego will be like, who are you talking to? Like, don't do it. But they also come to you, now this is the part, they also come to you as admirers. People that have been watching you for years, that absolutely love your work, and that actually would like to do what you do, but not on the up and up, on the slide. There's a lot of desperate people in the world. A lot of people that are so afraid. To be a Bell would tell, to be a player, to play others, I noticed, just being almost 60 years old myself, I noticed that when they age, it's not going to be nice. That you're not going to be able to keep grifting. You're not going to be able to keep getting over people. You're not going to be able to keep doing it. And it's not going to age well, So I feel like the time right now, this is my life. And you know what? I was thinking to myself, I was like, do I do a video on 111? Do I do a video? As Spirit said, always do a video on what is actually occurring in your life, because that's what you can speak on the most. Because whatever's occurring in your life is a spiritual observation, it's spiritual lessons, it's spiritual. It can help other people spiritually as well, and someone's going to resonate with that. So I feel like the time, in all honesty, is about protecting your energy. Yes, let's go back to boundaries and discernment. Boundaries and discernment. Boundaries and discernment. Biggest thing, I believe, for 2026. Boundaries and discernment. Yeah. But also protection. You got to keep, the more you grow, even if you don't think you are, the more there's a point in your life where you have mastered something. And it usually comes from repetition. Doing the same thing or something similar over and over and over again. Can you imagine doing the same thing or something similar for years? And you can master negativity too, for sure. You can master negative thoughts, negative thinking, but you can also master spiritual thoughts and high spiritual thoughts and high spiritual thinking. Yes. Hey, it's Jasmine. Yes. So manifesting these higher spiritual frequencies actually changes the position as far as spiritual ranking than you were maybe 5-10 years ago. So I'll give you an example. I've been on YouTube for 17 years. There may be people following me that wasn't even born when I was on. And if they were, they were young, right? If they were on when I was on, they probably caught me, some people 17 years ago, some people 15 years ago. There's a certain type of mastery in 17 years that I'm going to naturally have, just from the law of repetition. From the law of repetition, if I come on to YouTube once a day, which we know I don't come on once a day, let's just say once a day for 17 years. So we times 17 times 365 days. Y'all do the math. Jasmine will do the math for me. That means that I have repeated And repeating is not necessarily the message, but the doing that same work. Listen, somebody told me, he said, 17 years on YouTube. Some people would even get bored and quit. They wouldn't even be able to maintain 17 years. Thank you. 6,205 videos in 17 years. But I actually got more. I got over 10,000 because we know that I do 2, sometimes 3 videos a day. Thank you so much, too. 3 videos a day. So anybody that's doing 10,000 videos in a lifetime even, that means that there's a certain amount of, there's a mastery, whether the mastery is mastering the ability to come on every day, mastering the ability to be and talk in front of other people, right? Mastering the ability of the knowledge and wisdom that they're dispensing because I feel, or dispersing because I feel like it's coming from a higher space, so I'm getting the message too. There's a certain level of mastery that I'm probably at, just from mere repetition, that most people would quit at year 5 at least, possibly year 7. Okay, let's go to year 10. Maybe they'll make it to year 12. Maybe they'll make it to year 15. 17 years on different platforms. And not just this, but also maintaining an academy, online academy, for, I think it was 14 of the 17 years. Maybe it was 16. So this is, and I'm bringing this up to say to you that you got to know who you are, because other people do. And they want what you got. And they won't come, they'll come different ways. Some will be so out and out rude that you'll be like, well, I ain't never met that person. But some will come smiling and nice and offering you stuff, but in actuality, they still want what you have. So I want to tell you why those people come to you. This is the part. They don't come to you. This is what are you getting from this on a spiritual level? Why would your guides allow these people to come to you? This is the question. I want you to feel this. Because it really is a message to say, please know that the work you're doing is phenomenal. And that it could stand next to the work of any other person that's in a college or university or what have you. Please know that you are affecting and have affected people greatly. Because sometimes, because you sit, I'm very, one of my spiritual teachers was telling me, you're like, when you, like she saw the video yesterday, I was laying down, doing the video, yawning. And she said, that makes people feel like, I know you, I'm in your house, I'm next to you. So it makes people feel very, very familiar, right? And in some ways it's good, but in other ways it's not so good. Because the people that want to take advantage of you, they're going to think like, oh, you're, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I want to take advantage of you, so I'm going to get to your ego still, or I'm going to get to your compassionate side. I'm going to come where I'm not well, I got this disease, I'm dying, so I'm going to be on your compassionate side. I know that you're loving, I know that that in a way you kind of got a little innocence, so I'm going to get on your compassionate side. So I'm going to get on the side that is forgiving. So I'm going to get on the side that is loving. So I'm going, and this is why you really need that protection, because God takes care of fools and babies. And if you have that love in your heart like that, then you might fall into both categories. I know I do. So you gotta pray for that spiritual protection. But you're going to get better at recognizing those who don't come for the good of you, but only for themselves. You're going to get really, really good at that. When those things happen, you got to know a lot of things. First of all, you are very much protected by the divine, that you have a great and amazing gift. And this is the message. So use it. Because other people would love to have it, someone to take it, someone to make sure, or someone to make you think that you don't have anything, that you're not special, that you just do what everybody else do, that you're not even good, or someone may be like, you're the greatest, you're so wonderful, so why don't you come over here and give it to me? The message for me was, girl, you are a bad sister. And the thing about it is, the message is, and you don't even really have to think about it. There's no script. You don't have to write it out. You don't have to think before you talk. You can spit it in your sleep, in between the yawns. It's in you. It's became you. It's who you are. No one else could duplicate that. It's not, because I think in this world, everybody believes that I can copy it, right? AI can copy it, right? I can push it through AI, right? I can become I can mimic it, right? But this is spirit. You really can't mimic spirit, and people will know it. So a lot of people are going to come at you in a lot of different ways, even on 111. So you have to be very conscious. You have to be very, very, very conscious that, oh my God, okay, people are coming, okay, but they're not coming for the right reason. People are offering you stuff, but there's strings attached. And most of it, when it comes to me, they literally want what I'm doing. They want my content. Whether they want to use it against me or not, they want to download my content, or they want my content to create books or other content and use it in other platforms. Listen, I'm telling you, I remember watching a sister. She has lots of followers and lots of views. I swear to God, I would do a video and then she would do the video and it would have, some of them had the same title. But in her mind, she's thinking, this one is, nobody's really watching me. Look at my small amount of views, seriously here. I don't really have a high subscriber count. So no one will know that I'm taking this from her. And I'm not sure if she always did it, because I didn't watch it. I just saw videos pop up that was similar to mine and the subject, and I watched and I said, oh wow, this is interesting. And that's okay, because let the word get out to as many people as possible. It's not those I worry about so much. I worry about the ones that actually want to take what you have and basically destiny swap with you. It seems, but even that is a blessing to you. So destiny swap, somebody really want to have your life. I've had people come and give me advice, and then you can hear them dreaming, yes, this is something I've always wanted to do, but I'm doing that. But I'm so glad I get to help you to do it, and I think you should do it this way. And they get dreamy and they describe it, and it's, before you know it, it's their idea, and it's their ideas. Like, this is what you should do. This is how you should do it. This is how you should act like it. Because I don't know what happened that we didn't learn to understand that what we have is amazing. And we don't need to take or need to have what other people have, because what you got is actually better. It's better for you, for sure. So I say this to the healers. I say this to the spiritual ones, because you walking out here thinking you don't have no skill, you don't really know your talent, and therefore if you do that, you're not protecting yourself on a spiritual level. For years, I would question, not every day, not a lot, just every once in a while I'd be like, oh my God, this is loner me. You don't see me with a whole bunch of friends, you don't see me with any. You don't see me, you always see me in, I'm always doing videos on spirituality, you see me in the kitchen eating, you see, and I would think, I just gotta get out more. I gotta start letting more people in. And I now know, the last year, and then this year starting to a little, I realized why I've been that way. I realized why I've isolated myself, without even knowing. I would not be able to get these messages out to you if I did. I really have to be around the highest vibrational frequency, and it has to be spiritual all of the time. Not spiritual on the weekends, not spiritual during the holidays, but literally a spiritual life. It took me to I'll be 59 this year, it took me 58 years to realize that my life has meaning and has a serious calling, And now I have to walk in that. I don't have to ask myself, why am I a loner? Or maybe I should let more people in. It's probably not advisable, and it's okay. Because when you don't, the right ones will come. You want to talk about one-on-one, picturing it, seeing it, because it's manifestation time? I say this all the time, and I'll say it boldly. My next man is going to be a shaman. And we're going to do very, 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 very deep work together. We're going to understand the purpose. Not just the purpose of me, not the purpose of him, but the purpose of life for all earth inhabitants. We're going to unify people together, bring so much love and understanding for one another. We're going to teach against the hurting of another and what the consequences are when you do. We're going to teach against the idea of lying, stealing. We're going to speak against the idea or teach about the idea of scarcity mindset and the detriment it does to not just you but the planet. Because we start hoarding energy, hoarding land, hoarding water. I see now like what I am to do. And sometimes, y'all, it's not what you think. Like, I feel like that, like my last experience, it devastated, it wasn't devastating in the right way. It sat me down in a way, and that's the truth. To be here, to go back to say, oh, wow, I'm not worldly like that. Yeah, I'm not that, I don't think like that. I don't believe like that. That I can't just be out here exposed to everything and everybody and anybody. That I have to guard my energy so well. Because I have learned it's not just the person you meet, it's the people they meet too. It's the company they keep. So you want to be pristine in who gets to be, in choosing who gets to be around you, who gets to have that access to you. And when I talk about myself as a spiritual being, perfect? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all saw me. Like, I fell on my butt, but I tell you about it, don't I? I've seen what it is to be psychologically manipulated to the point that you don't know if you're coming or going. You know, I remember there was a time during an experience that I had where people would say, so are y'all still together? And I would know that no matter what the person was saying, that there was so much going on that wasn't the truth. And I didn't know how to say yes, and so I said no, because in my mind, spiritual level, we were not, right? It was when my mind really started opening to the idea that your spirit tells you one thing, but your mouth will say another. And it's because we're trying to protect ourselves. We're trying to, our ego's engaged too, so we don't want to look stupid. We want to look like, oh, I know, yeah, I know, but you didn't know, really. And what you didn't know was not about the other people. You didn't know about yourself. You didn't know about who and what you were. You didn't know who you came to be. That's what you didn't know. You didn't understand that your mission was bigger. I mean, man, woman, or child, I know that I have to attract, and I'm talking about friends too, y'all. Don't think I'm talking about a man. Don't think I'm just talking about, I promise you, because this one, if I can tell you about my experience, that's masterclass level. You won't get in here. That won't even be membership level. That's masterclass level. There will be women that try to come into your life too, that will look at you, watch you every day, and want to do what you do. But instead of saying, oh, come on, let's do it together, or why don't we collaborate, or they will siphon your energy. It comes in so many forms. Some tear it down or try, they can't do it. Those people you release from your life. Some come with the flattery, but in the end, they're trying to get what you got. Release them from your life. But there's going to be a point where they'll never be able to get near you, and that's what 2026 is about. It's about stopping it at the door. I had an experience that happened to me just recently, and oh my God, all I could say is, if somebody says to me, oh, hi, I saw you, and I wanted to know, I wanted to collaborate with you, or I want you to collaborate with me. How about that? I want you to collaborate with me, and I want to offer you this, offer you that. First off, it seems good to be true. It probably is. But more than that, you have to right away, you don't give them access to you. If they wrote it in the email, if they called you on the phone, if you had a conversation with them, yeah. And they made an offer to you, as a deeply spiritual person, I need you to understand this. You have to say, let me get back to you. And then you get on there and you do all the research you can on the person. And if it doesn't line up, if it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't sound right, it's not. And feel no way about letting it go. You got to understand during this time, people are scared, afraid, desperate. Some people have been doing wrong for so long that now they can't, everybody knows, or the universe is not standing for that energy anymore. So you guard your life. You are so sacred. And what does that really mean? That means that the energy around you has to be an energy of protection. But you don't get to just rely on the angels, the divine, the ascended masters, the Most High, the ancestors. You have to. That's another thing I learned. It's like, oh, I can pray to whoever protect me, but I can't go out there and do foolishness. That don't mean I can't. I gotta keep my boundaries open, because I'm gonna be foolish to keep my boundaries open because Spirit got me. No, Spirit is like, you are God too now. You God too, and you need to act like it. You go through stuff to teach you. Because you learn, it's not that you learned about how other people can be. You learned about who you are. You now know, like, oh, I'm too sensitive, or I'm too, I'm attached, or you won't give your love, but you won't give your attention. You won't give your advice. You won't give your energy to just anybody. They're going to have to come through a lot. They're going to have to come through a lot to be in your presence. This seems like a time, 2026, since it's the 1 year, you're not really supposed to do a lot with a lot of people. This is not the year that I'm looking for a relationship. Like I was saying, y'all, I know so many people that be like, oh, they got somebody, I'm going to get somebody. Or some people will be like I said, the one way to get over me is another. I say, and then it might make the other people be like, see, nobody want her. That's why she all alone. You don't mind them, as they say in Ghana. Don't mind them. You're on a deeper spiritual mission. You're still understanding, integrated, figuring out what all of that was. I say this to y'all. I am definitely ready to leave Ghana, right? But the reason why I haven't left yet, because you've heard me say I'm ready to leave Ghana more than one time. I talk about it more openly too now, because I know that to talk it is to bring it forth, right? The reason why I'm not running right now is because I know for a fact that everywhere I go, wherever you go, there you are. I know that if I have not fixed or understood or released, if I'm carrying some type of feeling of escape and getting away, I know that the trip will be a waste of time. And I'll feel the same as I'm feeling now. There is a time to be absolutely spontaneous. Go out on a limb, reckless abandonment. Like, there really is a time, but there's also a time for deep contemplation. Sometimes I say, oh my God, I need to be in isolation again. And I go, oh, the Walter region. So it's like, you'll go up there because you got things to do, but then I'll go another place. No. I be wanting to cry, Spirit, why not? Because you're wise. I have something that's within me to reconcile with Ghana. I have to leave Ghana with a heart that is filled with love. I can't leave Ghana feeling jaded or whatever. I got to, so I know that I'm going to have a better experience wherever I go. when I do the work where I am. And this is why, but I want to run. I want to get the hell out. I want to feel something different. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's going to happen right here. So, but the fact that I know that I'm moving forward, it makes me happy. But the life that, and the way I traveled before, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be with purpose of understanding that I am a spiritual being, that on some levels a high priestess energy. And so the movement of that will be very, very different. All of it was definitely for the initiation. All the past stuff was initiation. I'm so clear about who I am and getting better at it. Like I say, y'all, when I say I wasn't perfect, I felt like I was in so many ways, at first, not even naive because I could blame it, but I was not understanding the seriousness of not being more conscious about the company I keep. I kept thinking it was okay, and it's, when it ends, it ends, and, not really realizing, you want to talk about soul tie connections, thank you for the love, the understanding of karmic connections, soulmates. They say when you sleep with one person, you sleep with everybody they slept with. I'm going to tell you, if you sleep with one person, if it ain't right, you're holding the energy of the other people they going to meet. This has been the most shocking one of all. So yeah, it's deep. And like I said, a lot of times people will use other people to get to you. And not just to you, the physical part of you, but your energy. Because a lot of times, like, if you, I'm going to take it of your sister friend, because a lot of times this happens. So you're hanging out with somebody, and I know a specific story, and you're definitely at the higher vibration. But because you're at the higher vibration, you have compassion. So there's a person at work, and nobody likes her because she's just so hard and brass and just, But you, with your little angel self, earth angel self, you're like, oh, Shanika, or not Shanika, I'm sorry, I know somebody. Sharon, let's just say Sharon. Sharon, she ain't that bad, she's a little rough around the edges, and you just see Sharon is brilliant, but Sharon just scared. You're seeing all the stuff that's deep inside that no one else sees. They just see the crass, the nasty, the mean, or just, and you align yourself with Sharon. That's a lot of energy to try to bring, that's down to try to bring up. And most likely, Sharon's going to overpower your little alpha angel self, and your little light ain't going to be shining so bright. Let's say that you decide to leave Sharon alone because you realize her negativity was powerful, child, you down in the dumps, okay? So you let Sharon go. Sharon gets another friend that used to also admire you, because Sharon definitely admired you. She loved your light. And that friend is telling Sharon, I'm so glad you're not her friend no more. She ain't nothing. Look at her with her this self. She wasn't all that anyway. She hella fake. So now she's the one watching you. She's the one harassing you. She's the one, because Sharon and Brooke, you done hung out with Sharon. Sharon had all kinds of attachments to her. Now think about that on a level now you're sleeping with a person. They got all kinds of attachments. Anytime you cheat, anytime you lie, anytime you steal, those are all attachments. Lying is an attachment because there's a lot of lies and a lot of things that have to go with that to support it, to make it keep going. Cheating definitely, you sleep with other people, see other people, oh my God, like don't do it, y'all, it's not worth it, right? And then a lot of times though, it's funny, when you get depleted by Sharon actually starts to go up. Sharon's light is a little brighter. Sharon actually probably is a lot better from being around you. You put a lot of work into her. Sharon is glowing. Sharon is amazing. Sharon is smarter than she used to be. She definitely in a different vibrational frequency. And Sharon then thinks maybe she doesn't even need you anymore. But she go out in the world. That's fine. What she'll find out is soon she gets away from you, she's losing that energy. And the energy she had, she was giving your energy, she was actually giving to other people. And the moment you went away, the energy died. Wasn't there, it's not the same. Do you understand how powerful you are? That your energy could be, I'm going to be a nice word, supporting the energy of many others. But they're low vibrational energies that need your energy to be high vibrational. You'll know by the company they keep. Liar, stealer, mean, insulting, hurtful, angry, sad, depressed, mentally ill. So you better love on yourself so much more that really meet people. Thank you for the love. I mean, really meet people. Don't be so fast to give them your friendship, to give them your number, not even your WhatsApp. Don't be so fast to give them your friendship. I'm talking about this, like I said, I had an incident with a sister. I had three. Hey, how are you? I want to work with you. Hey, oh my God. What I got to do is I look at the inquiry and I'll research. Then I won't even call them back, or I'll say I'm not interested and leave it alone. My discernment is better because I'm finding out in 2 or 3 days, but I could just not 2 or 3 days, by that time they done drained your ass. So get it together with your energy. Treat yourself as that sacred woman, that sacred being. Treat yourself as such. They can't touch you. They're not allowed to be near you. They're not allowed to get into your energy. They didn't appreciate it anyway because they're not on that. They got lucky because you are such a beautiful being. Let me tell you though something too though I want to say to you. You still show love at the end. And what I mean is whoever wishes you bad, we'll talk about that engaging of your ego. I promise wish them good and show them so much love and compassion. I know you say, I can't fake it. Don't fake it. Love is inside of you. Feel that love that's inside of you. Feel that love that you know that other people want. They just want that love too. Just know that. Just know that. So you won't be mad and angry. Don't you be stunned. You be matching their energy. They want that love too. I love love. I love the love inside me. I love the love I feel right this moment. I got so much when I want to give some because there's no end to it. Send them as much love as you possibly can. It works. It disarms them. It works. The people that came with the flattery because they would engage your ego as well, but it didn't work out. See the desperation. Understand what fuels people to do those things. And just, I don't know, when somebody's that, like there's a particular situation that just happened in mind, oh my God, like I feel I just want to hug her. I feel so sad she's going through all of this. I feel so sad that she has done so many things that has created all these things in her body. And I wish that wasn't happening for her. I really do wish it. Because I know what you got to do on a spiritual level to get yourself in a situation like that. It's deeper. I wish nobody, I want everybody to be happy. But I've learned in this last year or so that there's so many unhappy people in the world. Oh my God, y'all. You know, I do my best not to say most people are bad. And the reason that I say, and I'm not, I mean, what a freaking statement, right? And I want to be careful with that. I say most people are bad. I just meant that by a lot of people are hurting. Or most people are not where you are because most people have not done that work on the level that you have done that work. 17 years says you did something. So I don't want to say most people are bad, but most people are hurting. Most people are hurting very deeply. When you hear empaths say most people are bad, what they're saying is, I really have to protect myself. I have to start thinking, my mom used to say people are guilty until proven innocent. And in a way, I said, oh my God, that's so harsh, but I kind of get it. It's not your obligation to let everybody into your mental, physical, or spiritual space. You are incredible. Your heart is so good. You're not perfect. You've been triggered. I went through everything. I went through being reacting abusively, so reactive abuse from abuse, confusion, not knowing how to go on or comment. I know all the levels of that, but all of those I shared each moment. I shared the confusion. I shared the not this today, then something different tomorrow. I shared it because we're human. We're human. But it helps us to grow. So enjoy your one-on-one, but also enjoy your life, period. For me, my life is this. This is my life, right? This is the energy. This is the energy of my life, is not that I'm gonna be wrapped up every day, but that I must protect myself. I must protect myself. Now, especially being out here. And let me tell you, your admirers are definitely subscribed to you, but they're your admirers. They're subscribed to take. They're subscribed to copy. They're subscribed to mimic. And your haters, and that's the part that's the deepest part of all. Your haters are so subscribed to you. You are on that. They get the notification, honey. The bell be ringing for them. They don't miss a video in my case, or maybe a blog that you do. Maybe they don't miss a minute of your routine in the morning when you walk by their window and they watch you every day. They don't miss a minute of what you're wearing. They don't miss anything. I've had so many weird encounters where somebody will critique something physically about me that you had to zoom in to see. I mean, they want to know. What they're trying to grab is your essence. Because that's what, they can copy your words. They could probably copy somewhat of your presentation, especially if you got somebody that, I always think about the thing of theater or acting. And you're playing, like, say, a historical figure, somebody that's actually lived at one point. Do you know the amount of studying you have to do? The way they not just say words, but the way they deliver the words, the speech of the words, the hand movement of the words. So as an actor, you can mimic another person. But that's not enough, because what's missing in acting to connect to you, the actor, and the audience is the essence of the person. You capture the essence of the person. And that's why a lot of those method actors be going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, at least for a while, because they mastered the essence so well that they became it. And that's why it's very important for you to guard your energy, because when somebody wants to become you, it's still a facsimile. It's still a copy. A damn good copy. You ever saw some original, and even like the connoisseurs or the experts on to know if this is a real Picasso or not? They be like, this is so damn close, I can't really tell. But the thing is, that's your God self. They can't get that, especially if they're desperate, because everybody's not wicked. Some people are wicked now, but some people are desperate. It's still low vibrational frequencies. And they want the essence. They know they can get the other word. They probably been taking the other word from you for so long you didn't even know it. But the essence. But sometimes you have to see people for who they are to know who you are. There are certain things you would never do. There are certain things that you wouldn't do anymore that you outgrew. I'd say 2026 shocked me on the lowness of energy. But it also made me say, ooh, child, protect yourself. Today, I teach a master class today. It's closed, it's a closed group, but we're really going to talk about that as this is the beginning of the year, to really spiritually protect yourself. I believe we're all on this serious spiritual sojourn. I believe we all are, not just me. I'm telling you. And it's not, people want to be like, this is the year where I'm going to come out. This is the year where I'm going to be on top. This is the year. And I feel like it's a 1 year, honey. It's a 1 year. It's a 1 year. It is the year where you're going to own yourself to sleep, okay? At least for me. So stay protected, stay cloaked, stay loved, stay loved. The love is going to get you through. That love, like I love so much. I mean, it's different now to say it's the love that, I know when that love, these takers, haters, admirers, they have really changed my definition of love. Because I know how much love is needed in the world. That's what I know. Love is needed. Yes, thank you for that. It's so needed. So many people are hurting deeply. And your light is just jacking them all the way up. And that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to jack them up and not down. So what you're going to learn to do in my February course is you're going to learn how to jack the energy up. And that anyone that comes into your energy field, whether friend or foe, will have to go into the higher of themselves to even be around you for 2 minutes. That anything that they have that is not of the highest of themselves and love, they won't even be able to get near you. Not even if they're watching you, looking you right in the eye right now, they won't even be able to get near you. They won't be able to do it. And so it is. All right, y'all. Let me see who's out here today. I have a family member like that, and I'm in the process of removing this. Oh, yeah. People think you always talk about a man, but we're not. Not me. I'm talking about, I could tell your stories. I could tell your stories. It's deep. And I think because the times are so trying and scary, you got more desperation. So thank you for getting them out. Good morning, Lakeisha. Hey, Christian. Yeah, they're real. Hey, babe. I'm going to dial it back. Yes. Yes. And you dial it back and you use it for yourself. Let me tell you, Jasmine, I see you. So Jasmine, Lakeisha, everybody, because everybody that I'm hanging out with and I'm talking to, Kristen, we all on this one. We want something better. We want better, period. We don't want just one thing. We want better throughout our whole life. We want the whole thing to be better, but we understand that there's going to be work that's going to be required, which means we have to get our energy right. But Spirit told me, this year is not about getting your energy right. It's about keeping your energy protected. How do you do that? The one that is just want to come around and waste your time. When I talk about the haters and the admirers, sometimes they're the same person, y'all. They usually are. I'm trying to think about, it's not on the deepest level that somebody's out there doing kitchen witchery. You know what I'm saying? Although that be happening. It's like the one that coming to waste your time. That's somebody siphoning and sucking on your energy and leaving you in a moment high as a kite, but in the aftermath, which lasts a lot longer than that moment, drained, hurt, confused. That's the energy that you have to keep away from you. The person that pretends they love you, friends too, homegirls too. That's why I wanted to keep this clear. Because we got some people that don't go, the elevator ain't going all the way to the top, so they get the message wrong. That might pretend they love you, but then they hate you. So they're trying to soup upon you, How you have to catfish. You got people that are coming with gifts, coming with offerings. Oh, them the ones you would, at least the ones, what they say, keep your friends closer, your enemies closer. At least the ones that all I'll tell you they hate you. Now, unless you the dumbest broad in history, you ain't gonna really keep them up near close to you. You know what I'm saying? But it's the ones that be like, I just want to tell you I love you, and I think you're so great, and I admire everything that you do, And oh my God, and I think, I want to offer you something. I want to offer you something. Oh, okay. Have you ever, I think you should, and let me tell you what's the bad offer when you got paid for it. It's like, I was fine over here. Like, what you talking about? But let me tell you what I've learned. They met, y'all, if it's a Bible verse or saying, please somebody get it right for me, but I only can interpret it my way, and it's a little bit, it's not verbatim. What they came for evil, God turns to good. They brought it to hurt you. They brought it for evil, but the Most High brought it for good. So what that means to me is every incident, every encounter on your journey to protecting, loving, and maintaining your high vibration frequency, I promise every single one, there's an extreme amount of good. Even if it was one little message, the message was the next thing, it was an answer to a question or a prayer that you had. I know it's time to go from Ghana, and I know it's time to go too. And I got all these little messages, like the whole South American thing came through this Native American energy that I can't even explain, it's just cosmic. And then somebody that came for good, or came for, it's hard to call it evil, but I guess if you will try to scam someone, then it would be evil still, right? But it's so hard to my heart, but came for not good. She also gave me some information that was exactly, it was like when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's the place. Oh, I'm supposed to go there. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm supposed to do this. And I can do this to go over here. And oh, wow, I'm on that level. That's too, I'm on that level. Wow. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so it's every single person. I want you to go back. If you want to use 111 to fix some ish, you could do it. And go back and think about that last thing that happened that you was like, ooh, I ain't gonna never let that happen again. Before you just forget about it altogether, go back and say, Most High, is there something in there that I was supposed to get? People always do that, especially spiritual people. We be too hard on ourselves. That little it's you did wrong, it's you. Ugh, it's just old. No, go back and see what was something that you got out of it. And understand that you asked for it. I'm telling you, I got the next space to go. I got information on that. It just clicked. It was like, oh shit, this is the one. Went right in line. So don't get too mad at people when they come in and they don't live up to the expectation that you thought that they would. Because you're missing the beauty. I don't believe God sends people to teach you a lesson and spank your ass to you just submitting. I believe that I'm changing the whole thing. You want 111, that's 111, that bad boy. Everything that comes, you're not getting it. What was the good? And it's not to never attract them again. No, that was the lesson. What was the blessing? What was the good? What did they put? They did that thing and you started typing. You started swimming again. You moved to another country. Yes, they came with wisdom. They came some more than wisdom. They gave you that next step that you asked the God from. You asked the divine for, and you don't even see it. I see it when I like that last encounter, not the man, because some people. But that I'm talking about people that know me, know my last situation was with a sister. That was absolute. I feel like she gave it up. She was like, God was working through us, like, listen, tell her to go here. This is where she's going to get the money from. It's the people she's going to be around. This is the towns where they have it. This is the... Now, that's how you don't hate people. I don't actually, I don't know why I don't have no hate for her. I felt so tremendous amount of compassion for her, and I want her to do well, because I feel like India is a very good heart. Very good heart. Now, there's another person, the heart ain't that good now, and but it's a hurt heart in the other person. And so for that, I want to hug her. I have a belief, though. I believe that the ones that think they hate me, I know that if they got in front of me and they would just let me hold them, I know they would cry in my arms, and I know everything would be okay. I just got to get strong enough to do that, because... So I wanted to tell you a story that I started telling you in the other video, and I got, Spirit took me some other places about that same thing. So So yeah, I worked at this school. It was called, which one? No, it wasn't Allendale. Oh my God, I wish I could remember. It was, I don't know, but it was in deep in East Oakland. Maybe they'll come to me with the thing. I worked at a lot of schools, y'all. So this was a particular school. And there was a young girl. So we had this portable, which was a room. It was called Portable 7. That was just, no, there's different portable 1, 2, 3. Ours happened to be Portable 7. So that says everything. And the person I was with, the older man, he had wrote a contract to do a contract or proposal to bring in this program. So at that time, maybe it's still true, the Oakland Unified School District, every time the child was misbehaving in school and you had to send them home, you lost money. And especially if you suspended them. If you suspended the kid, and you got 3 days, 7 days suspension, for 7 days you lost money because that child's not in school. So this was a big problem in the city schools, that you couldn't adequately teach the children because you were losing so much funding because the children were having so many other, psychological issues that they were even disturbing the classroom, the teacher, but you had to suspend them, but if you suspended them, the money was gone. So EW, so smart, said, I'm gonna create a program it's gonna be called in-house suspension. Brilliant. In-house suspension. You give us a portable. When the kids misbehave, you bring them to our portable. So now this is very powerful because there's a black man who's very strong and a black woman that's very strong. And they in themselves not known, they the Trinity, right? This was Mother, Father, God, okay? Mother, Father, Child, right? So the kids be badass. And this neighborhood that we taught and actually lived in it too, but it was called Murder Dub. Listen, anything Murder Dub, anything that got murder in it, it should tell you this ain't the nicest place to be. And then I actually got robbed by gunpoint, but that was a blessing too, right? In that same neighborhood when I was in school. So there would be the baddest ass kids up in there. And we was doing dance therapy, drum therapy, drama therapy. We were using the arts to heal them. But we was also, being black mama and black baba, So I remember one little girl, right? They're so disturbed. I mean, they got so many problems at home that you might have a good day with them, but tomorrow they had went back outside, they went back to their hood, and they went back to the old behavior. So I thought I fixed their asses up. I thought we was good. But then I remember the girl came in and she said, she started kind of getting smart with me, the little girl that I thought was helping. And she said something, whatever she said. And then she kept saying, you know what? And I said, but I was buck up with them too. Yo, Brooklyn was out. Like, who you talking to? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what you gonna do? Like, it wasn't exactly those words, but I gave that energy like, listen, girl, like, we're not scared over here. So you gonna behave or you gonna talk about why you can't behave. That's what we're gonna do. I ain't gotta listen to you. She said, tomorrow, I'm gonna bring my mama and she gonna kick your ass. And I said, okay, all right. Now deep down inside, child, I ain't no fighter now. But I was like, well, you know what? We will be showing up tomorrow because, the divine got my back. I done got up 4 in the morning. I done did all my little, ritual work. I'm ready for her mama, right? But I wasn't trying to fight her mama. And this girl was true to her word, child. She was true to her word. It was like some scene from a movie, like Sophia coming to find Miss Steele because Miss Steele done told Harpo that he should knock upside the head, basically, fight her, beat her. That's what she told her. Child, the portable, you can see the window, you can see across the yard, and this woman, big old woman coming, boom, boom, doom, doom, doom. And then the kids is running, Mama Nubia, so-and-so mom, Sharon's mom gonna kick your ass. She gonna kick your ass. And the woman boom, boom. and the kids was like, she gonna kick your ass. She gonna kick your ass, Mama Nubia. I was like, ooh, yeah. I'm waiting for her. In my mind I was like, we ain't got no damn security out here. I'm fucking in trouble, right? So I said, you know what, God's with me. Fuck mama. God's with me. So mama came in, talk about, are you the one that was telling my daughter? And the daughter was like, yeah, mama, she did this. Oh, the daughter was pointing to me. She did this. and she did that, and mama's burning up, mama getting mad, mama thick too. She did this, she did that. Mama looked at me and said, did you say that to my daughter? I said, ma'am, when we were younger, a child couldn't call their teacher she. So this is out of order already. So who's the disrespectful one? And I swear down. And she said, I said, Mama, she's a child. We're the adults. So have a seat and let's talk. Because I ain't going to fight you now, but I'm going to talk to you. So if you want to talk, let's talk. And Mama sat in that chair. Next thing you know, Mama was crying her eyes out, talking about the father was arrested, been in jail and incarcerated. She got a job she just got. She came out of rehab herself. She got to keep her job, or they'll take her kids from her. Her kids was in foster care, and she can't be leaving her job because she's going to lose her job if she got to keep coming up and down to school. I said, well, you don't. If you work with me, we both could do this. And at the end, she said, listen, I give you permission to beat her. I said, well, I wish I could do it. I can't do it. I said, we're not allowed to beat on the children. Now, Ghana, you can beat the children now. Sorry, they got sticks at the market you could buy to beat the kids. The sticks is literally to beat the kids. I want you to know. You don't use it for nothing else but beating the kids. For those that don't like this, I'm just trying to tell you this is a true thing. But you can't beat no kids up in this, Oak Unified School District. I'm sure no school district, right? And she cried, and she hugged me. She gave me her personal number. She said, I know you said you can't beat her, but you know what I mean. And she said, if you can handle this, I don't have to come. I said, that's what I'm here for. That's my job. And everybody watched that. The principal came and put me in the office and said, this is magnificent, the work you do. I had a little girl, she was in kindergarten. How you be in kindergarten and your teacher is scared of you? It was a white teacher, she was white, she was young, she was like, Mama Nubia, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not trying to make up the name like, Shanana, but the kids was named that, so I can't even, it's not even a stereotype. Shanana. She be hitting me, she hits on me. I said, well, how is a kindergarten girl, you letting a kindergarten? She said, can I sit down and talk to you? I was thinking like, this portable 7 for the kids, but go on and sit down. Sit on down. And she sat down, and she crying, this little young teacher, about Shanana beating on her, hitting on her. She said, but I don't understand why. And I said, just bring her to them. Just send the little thing. Shanana was not the average kindergartner. I understood. Shanana was big. Shanana was big and tall and strong. I know. But she was kindergarten age. She's the truth. And I looked at Shanana and I said, oh, she's bad. She's a bad little girl. I know we're not supposed to say that, but I'm be real black with them. I can't play with my kids. So she's bad, but damn. So I said, Shanana, like, why you be giving the teacher a hard time? I don't like her, but why don't you like her? What is it about her? So she ain't want to say nothing. So I'm looking at her, she looking at me mean, and I'm looking at her not mean. I'm just looking through it because I got to feel what's going on in this energy field. You understand? So I'm looking at her, and then I look at her, I said, oh, she needs a hug. I said, Shanana, you want to sit on Mama Nubia's lap? I said, come sit on my, and she big as hell. We look too stupid right now. I'm little as heck and she big as heck, and I'm trying to hold this big old kindergarten girl up in my arms, her legs dangling. It took the strength of goddamn Joe to keep this girl on my lap, okay? And I'm rocking her. She put a little thumb in her mouth. And I'm rocking her. And I'm rocking her. I was just looking. I said, y'all just do your work. I'm rocking my baby. The baby needs some rocking. And I'm rocking the little baby. And I'm this and that. And then this and that. And at the end of the day, she said, Mama Nubia, I love you. I love your class. And I said, well, it's not really a class, but I get it. And I want to come every day. I said, no, you got to be a good girl. Be a good girl to the teacher, and I'll let you come just for a lunchtime. You can hang out with me, right? She said, okay, Mama Nubia. The next day, the teacher comes back and says, she's even worse than before. So I said, bring her back. Let me see what's going on. I said, what are you doing? Why are you not behaving? She said, because I want to come see you, and I knew if I was bad, I'd come see you. I started laughing. I said, You good. I said, that's not the point though. The point is you really gotta need my help. I said, listen, what if I make time for you? At lunchtime, we would do like dance battles. We would teach the children how to do the drumming. Like, won't you just come during lunch and then you could be good? Because if you're not good, I won't let you come. And she said, well, could you just give me a hug? And I give her a hug and I rock her for a few minutes. And she go back to the teacher. The teacher came back and said, you are so good. Like, I have one of them, oh, then it was a psychologist that came, the school psychologist. She only came like 2 days a week. She's like, I don't even know. Like, I want to know. So she said at my table, I want to know, like, what are you doing? Because, like, I went to school for this. I'm like, another white woman. And I'm not sure what you're doing. I said, I try to be real. I said, there is I call things a proverb to make people feel better about what I'm about to say. I said, there's an African American proverb that says, I can't remember now. I can't remember what I said. I'll think about it. But I was telling her, because she wanted to know like what I was doing. And I said, but I was basically telling the teacher, like, she knows she's not supposed to hit an adult. But you sit there and let her do it. What is this counseling? What did you get this from? What is this? You learned this shit in school or something? Yeah, we're supposed to just let them get their anger out. Not on you. That's not what you do. You let her know I am an adult. You don't put your hands on me. She said, well, we're not allowed to hit them. I don't hit them either. I hit them with my words, and you need to learn how to do that too. There's got to be an energy going on. So she was crying too. I had to hug that little white lady too and send her back. I said, listen, I got other shit to do. Okay, I got kids up here. And so what I'm telling you is I done dealt with the So when people say, how could you be nice? Or this person's coming at you like that. I'm trained on this shit. I tell the kids all the time, you know what I've been through. Most people want love. They like you. The ones that call you the worst names, they wish they could be. If they got close, another thing too, you got a lot of light. It's not nothing that when you're getting up at 4 a.m. every day, when you're doing intense yoga, when you're 100% raw, you know what I'm saying? When you got light, you're doing light meditation. They will think they want to fight you, but as they get closer, because now the light is pulling them in and they see this light, who would really want to put their hands on this right here? You start seeing that this person got something that nobody in my hood got, that nobody in my household got, that nobody I know got, and I want it. So most people that act like they don't like you, they love you. If they knew it, they need a hug. They want to be healed. They wanted your life thinking that was going to make them healed. And when it didn't work, they got confused. Because they really need you. They don't need what you have. They don't need what you do. They want you. But they don't know how to do that. They don't know how to get that. They don't know how to ask for it. They don't know how to ask for it. But I tuned into my baby. That was the stories that I could tell. But I give it again to that brother. That brother, man, he trained me in the ways of life. Because he saw me. He knew what I had. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. The life I lived. And so I guess for me, I'm putting Africa in that. That's another thing though, that sister that, kind of tried to scam. I gotta say this too about it, like, she was asking me about living in Ghana from a scholarly way to teach a class, right? To be a professor, an adjunct professor. And I was just talking about my regular stuff, and she had the names of what that was. Indigenous studies, or like, and I thought, no girl, respect yourself, props to yourself. You lived up in Ghana. And I said to her, I said, oh yeah. She said, you lived up in Ghana. I said, yeah, and I wasn't in no hotel. I wasn't in no fancy places. I lived with the people. She said, oh, I know, I watched you for years. And so all of that, I want to be with the people. All of that living with the people. All of that learning. That's, some people wish they don't, a lot of people got degrees in that, and they read it in the book, child. They read about it in the book. Or they did it for a summer, or maybe even a year. 6 years deep, y'all. 6 years deep. In one country. So I started this off by saying, before I leave Ghana, I got to understand why I'm here and what I got. And it was funny, it's coming to me because I was walking today, right? And you know how a lot of times, diasporans will say, they don't think we one of them and they don't treat us like that. Let me say this. I said this to y'all before and I'll say it again. It's not about what they think. You feel it, you know it. So I'm walking down the street. I got my bag with my big old stuff in it, all my fruits and vegetables. I got my other one I'm holding, just like every other black woman. Some holding on the head, some holding two in their hand, some holding the child. And I could see myself above the whole scene, and I'm just one of the African women coming from the market, just like every other one. It's a deepness that I cannot explain to you. You don't have to really be ordained by anybody else. God has ordained you. And you see it and you feel it, you know it. Yeah, maybe you're just a little shinier, that's all. But you're a black woman. To walk by all the men and women and just be a black woman in this, or African woman, I cannot explain that. If you stay long enough, it becomes that. But because it already was that. Africa to me is the epitome of me. So anywhere I go, that is who I know who I am. You can never tell me nothing. Respect can only be what you could give me. I know who I am. I've walked who I am. I've talked who I am. I loved who I am. I lived who I am. And was welcomed. The respect. Somebody try to say, somebody think this of me, that. Let me tell you something. The only people got is respect. Most people can't even do this shit. Most people can't live. Do you see me fetching goddamn water? I ain't got no running water. I ain't got no hot water. The shit don't run. I gotta struggle to get the water, carry over there. I gotta lift the pail. But I did it on video. You already know I ain't lying. I had a relationship with somebody that, the family, like, it was a humble. But Mama, I'll tell you something, Mama made that place like a 5-star hotel. It was better than any hotel. I will never forget that. She used to be like, come stay, like in the village, or I used to stay at the other space. I used to love sleeping on the floor. That's why I discovered the medicine bag. I was like, oh my God, Mommy, the medicine bag, I really loved it. And even though I was older than her, I respected her as the mother. She came first, I came second, and I knew it. I was sharing to a friend about the idea of, village life, or it takes a village to raise a child, and we be the children, right? And I was saying that, the thing about when you have a relationship with a man here, when you marry into the family, and that was what was considered, here they call you the person's wife. They don't say, oh, this is so-and-so's girlfriend, this is so-and-so's wife. But when you get with the person, you marry the whole family. So I think what was also part of that, the separation, was the breakup of the family and not being a part of a family and not being a part, and like me and the mom, like, yo, I don't care what you would say now, I don't care what I say now, we were feeling each other. But the thing that was so special was I was someone to talk to too. I remember in Trinidad, I was with a guy, and his mom and him was having disputes, but I mean, they speak in English, so I could know what they say, and I would just, when he went to work, because I was at his place, and he would go to work, and because I was staying for 6 weeks at a time, coming to Trinidad, and I would sit with his mom. His mom was the best cook in the neighborhood. Everybody knew it. She was the baddest, the smartest, and she used to listen to this. It was this, maybe he's still around. It was this radio program, and his name was Dr. Raj. My Trinidadians, Dr. Raj, and he talked about sexual education, like sex stuff. And Mama damn 80 for sure. Mama like, come on, listen to Dr. Raj with me. And she'd be like, yeah, he was talking about the lights in the body. Have you heard about that? I said, the chakras? Yes, because Dr. Raj, Indian, Trinidad is just, I think, slightly half and half black, half Indian, or they say African Indian. And we used to have these conversations, right? Beautiful. I mean, I was younger than him. We and him was the same age. He was about 6-7 years older than me. And yeah, but Mom at first was scared. She was like, I'm so glad that you're a nice person, because he could get bring a woman up in here that would try to get me out the house. And she was like, but you're not like that. And she used to cook for me, show me all these Trinidadian dishes, how to make it. Her food was absolutely delicious, but her food for thought was deeper. But I had too. She would ask me things. We would have these deep, deep conversations, because the median an American on the level that's in their house, that's a different level. But I remember what I used to do. He used to be like, my mom would be like, no, let me tell you the story. Your mom said that it wasn't that, it was this. And this, he'd be like, oh, I never knew that. I'd be like, yeah. He'd be like, oh, I should be thinking differently. I said, yeah, because and then he would tell me to stop being. She'd be like, yeah, why is he doing this? I said, Mom, he told me, oh, I didn't know that. I said, Mom, he loved you. That was because da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah. And then in the end, they both was together hugging and saying, we thank you so much for being here. I brought a mother and son together, and they lived in the same house. Because I was able to hear, be there, be open, see the bigger picture. That's who I am, y'all. And I got other endless stories about the same exact thing in Dominican Republic. And many other places. There's another place that I remember that I had to do that kind of magic. So yeah, it's a gift, it's a walk. And you can't copy that. You can't copy that. Everybody's not gonna know, and everybody's not gonna understand. They're not gonna see that you have those gifts. They're not gonna see that you're special. You could tell, because they never gonna ever meet a person on that level again that have love in their hearts. Hurt, yes. Pain, yes. But love nonetheless. So we got to big it up. Anyway, I didn't get y'all master class. I got to teach a real one. So let me preserve my energy and conserve my energy so I can do that. But I had a lot of fun with y'all. I want to thank you very much. Good morning. Lakeisha said, yes, they do. Haters are real. It's going to dial. Yes, yes, yes. Kristen says, absolutely. Thank you for the love. Beverly says, yes. The Bible verse, you intend. Thank you, Beverly. I appreciate you so much. You intended to harm me, but God intended for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Whoa! Did they put the saving of many lives on it, and this was the whole thing, and I didn't even see that? Wow. I don't know, y'all. Y'all witnessed that yourself. These things happen to you. I know for me, so I can come right back over here. Right back over here. The reason why a person can't shut me down on my own platform, which is absolutely crazy, is because I am protected by God, sanctioned by God, brought forth by God. And you can't mess with that. Nobody can. I am a unique person. Some people cosplay uniqueness because they got the fluffy words and celebrate the different equinoxes and the whole bit. But that evilness lurks deep within. I don't have that in me. I don't have it. I don't mean I don't have anger. I don't mean I cannot be petty too. It won't last. I'll sit right back. Everybody that know me, y'all that don't even know me personally know me, am I the first one to be like, so why did I attract that? So what is the deeper purpose of why that happened to me? Okay, so what do I need to do to make that better, make myself better? What do you think that means? The older you get, you live long enough to see that the shit you do come back to you. That's the only reason why you don't do it when you get older. Because you done got your ass beat so bad over the years that you don't do that thing. So you're not, if you was the one that maybe cheated with a married man or, thought it was cute to take somebody else's man or, lied on somebody else to get them in trouble when it was actually you did it, or to take them down or to make them lose a position. If you are a decent human being, because the ear is human, to make a mistake is human, to forgive is divine. So you learn from that shit, and you know how you learn, because you paid. Karma came and got you. It's like, I ain't gonna do that no more. I ain't gonna do that no more. Let me tell you something too about that too. When you do go for people that really in their heart, they really good, it don't even work out. Every plot that you have against them, it comes back to you. I'm talking about experience the stupid shit. And when you know better, that stupid shit come back faster. You're like, oh shit, I shouldn't even thought that thought. That was boomerang, boom, right back. Sometimes the love you give, or the lesson you give, or what you tried to give, you're gonna know if the person is high vibrational or low vibrational by the way they receive it. And if they can't receive what you gave, then they were not supposed to stay in your life. So many people, most people are not staying in your life. So when I say, you want to talk about 111 energy, when I talk about my next man, y'all think I'm freaking playing. He gonna be a shaman, y'all. He gonna be working for the right team. He gonna be a grown man that understands this is a special woman, and I'm blessed to have her. We're gonna be doing some powerful work together. So I need time for that. I gotta get myself together, child, because I need him to get himself together, because he can't come halfway now. A shaman. I finally know who I am. I am a medicine woman in my own right and in my own way. So if it ain't that, it ain't me. It ain't me. I'm telling you, like, I remember like the roster thing, right? I had a person in my life, and I remember when I first met him, I said, so what do you want for yourself? What do you want? And I remember he said, I want to carry locks. And I said, okay, why don't you? Well, my mom, it's a stigma, so the older generation, how they be feeling about locks. And I would notice that he would, because he was hanging with me, I was like, well, I want to grow my locks again too. So I would love to grow my locks with you. Let's do it. And every time he would get to a point, he would shave it off, because his mom would be like, I had a dream to cut your locks. Her dream was always, it was a dream to cut your locks. And I would watch him go and cut his locks off. His hair was just nappy hair at that point. And I would look at him. So let me tell you something about Rasta. If some party comes to you and they're Rasta, you true Rasta, you talk about the liberty. This is the real liberty. And you say to let's say, elder Rasta, because you should. If you think you're going to cut your hair, you like, I'm about to cut my locks, they say, I'm about to trim. You were supposed to go to somebody to talk your ass out of that ish. And they be good too. They be on you. They stay with you all day, all night. They do. It's almost like talking somebody out of killing themselves. I'm sorry, taking their life. I know this damn thing. Ding me for that. It's that important. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to talk them out of it, unless it was rightfully, like, unless like they attended a funeral. That's the hard wrestlers, or some other thing. But sometimes people think that they want to do something, but they don't, and somebody got to be there. So I started applying that. I was like, your mom tripping. Every time it's the same dream, and the dream was to cut your hair. What's prophetic about this dream? This is you not even living off her. Like, you're good. Like, you got to do this. She gonna accept you. You gotta accept yourself. You gotta do it. I was so hard on him. I made that brother cry. I ain't mean to do that. I ain't mean to make him cry, but I was doing my job, right? I was doing my job. And eventually he stood up and he started being, when you first come into your liberty, like when you real, he stood up. He was just like more of himself. He started blossoming, and he realized it, and he knew how to talk to his mom to explain why he was doing it and what it was about, and da-da-da-da. And he looked at me, he'd be like, if anybody ever asked me about how or when I grow my locks and why, I would say it's you. I don't know if that's true, if they would now, but I'm trying to tell you that sometimes you in somebody's life to get them to the point so they can stand on their own too. So they can find themselves, they become themselves. And I think my job is not to be so invested in my students that when they go and explore other things that I'm think they're leaving me. Some people, we used to say, Queen Fu would say, that's not your lover, that's your client. I'm going to say, that's not your lover, that's your student. And later on, your teacher. So it's okay to let people go because you came to make sure that that would be. That was my job, to make sure, like, yo, you could, no, don't cut it. Like, what is the reason? Think about every day why you want to explain it. And to this day, I know them locks is beautiful, natty and beautiful. You don't know. You don't know. But don't think that you wasted your time. God got something great for you because you did the work. So I know who I am. I know the importance that I bring. I know that you will upgrade, but I'm not looking to upgrade nobody. My man is gonna be the head shaman, okay? He upgrade like a mother. I need another you know who in my life. I need another the old man in my life. I need another the old ex. I need somebody to be like, listen, I can see where you are. And you ain't down here to get me up. I'm here to pull you up. And what he gonna teach me and what I'm gonna know, oh my God. I don't care about a PhD from society's institution. I want a PhD in shamanism. Do you feel what I'm saying? From grassroots, from learning right there. I don't care about the rest of the stuff. I know who I am. And I know whose I am. I like that Christian term. And I'm going to keep walking. So everybody in my life is a stepping stone as well. It's not fair for me to try to hold on to anybody. I did what I could. I can't do no more. And I did what I could. Maybe that was it right there. So we give thanks and praises. Give Jah all the thanks and praises. Okay, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. We had our discussion. It was Sunday morning sermon. Yes. Thank you for that Bible verse. Thank you, flower bunnies. I love your name. All right, I'm hot. I will see you on the next one. I got to channel or take in some energy, and let it go. But it's all good. That last experience I'm talking about with the sister, for those that know, she put me on the road, and that's it. Her work was done. And for that, I'm thankful. I'm very thankful. Like, if she's watching, she's an older woman. So the other person, we're not talking about you right now. We're talking about the older lady, okay? Because I got to give love to all my children out here. The misbehaved ones and the well-behaved ones. So she came with, I got much more clarity on something that I needed clarity on. And so we're going to move forward. Forward. I'll see you on the next one. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for my moderators. I be needing y'all, and y'all be coming through. We on a new chapter, honey. But mommy just trying to do the work where she at. Mama just trying not to run back into the same old ish. Sometimes too, you're gonna take people to the highest that they can go, and you're gonna leave them, and they're gonna go to the lowest that they can go. It ain't for you to figure out what happened. You put it in them, so that means it's always there. And they will rise to their higher self. Believe it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.